Hey guys, it's Young Moon, and I'm back on Death Note Killer Within. But in this video, I'll be teaching you how to play as an investigator. In this game, there are 4 roles in total: Investigator, L, Kira Follower, and Kira. The investigators and L are on the same team, and the Kira Follower and Kira are on the same team. In each match, there can be several investigators, but only one L, one Kira follower, and one Kira. To win, the investigator's goal is to either arrest Kira, which is done during the discussion phase, or by raising the progress gauge to 100, which I haven't seen done in a match before. The game has a day cycle where you have 90 seconds to do missions before the discussion phase. You'll get a green mission and yellow mission. Yellow missions are a higher priority than green missions, so do those first. To find where the missions are, you just follow the colored arrows, but be sure to stay distant from other players because one of them has the power to steal your identity. A lot of times you'll get a mission telling you to monitor a certain player. That means you have to get in the radius of that player to complete that task.
I gotta monitor you.
But by getting close to any player, you have the risk of getting your ID taken by the player who's actually the Kira follower. So as an investigator, you have to be aware of who's in your ID stealing range, because once your identity is revealed, you can be judged by the Death Note and die. The only way that you can discover if your ID was actually stolen is during the discussion, which is at the end of the day. To remember which player has came in your vicinity, you can mark them in your investigator notebook. This acts as a reminder, plus if you die and your teammate finds it, they can view your book and see who you thought the culprit was, which can narrow down the possible suspects during the discussion phase.
The only one with us.
The green missions will have you interact with an NPC, which appears as a green avatar. You'll have to do a 2-button command, and the NPC will give you info about something that happened during that round. The player who is Kira can activate a command card. This will start an incident. Everyone should stop what they are doing and head to one of the spots guided by the red arrows. Red arrow tasks are the highest priority. If no one resolves the incidents, then Kira's progress bar increases, putting Team Kira closer to victory. During an incident, you have to interact with a certain zone, but other players will be interacting also, which is the prime opportunity to get your ID stolen. So make sure you're marking players in your notebook. It's probably best to not go to an overcrowded zone, so there's less possible suspects to think about.
Go to a different one.
The final type of task is a blue task. I think these tasks reveal the role of one player, or it reveals them as an investigator. I'm not 100% sure. Comment below if you know the answer on that.
You need to be that.
Blue tasks are the second highest priority, so put your green and yellow missions on hold and head to blue. As an investigator, the best possible outcome is for you to see a player with a Death Note in their hands. That means that you've discovered the identity of Kira, but you have to wait for the day to end to arrest him and actually win the game. The Kira can hand the Death Note off to their follower, so be wary of that. If you arrest Kira and they don't have the Death Note on them, you'll lose credibility and they'll think the Kira is innocent.
I think it is good. Oh.
The discussion phase starts, and you'll see the progress you made during the day. You might also get a notification that your ID was stolen. That means a player approached you long enough to take your ID. There will be an icon under your character of a card with a red line through it if your ID was stolen. During the meeting, players must discuss who they think Kira is. Be clear,
'Cause I
vocal,
was
and try to
only near.
remember who was in what
I was
rooms
only
with
near
you at what
Ixonu,
part of the day.
Longo, and
You can pull up the map to show you the titles of each room
I think this
so
is
that
like
you
if
can
you're saying what
communicate
freaky guys, they
clearly
don't know that you just got
to
run
other
over.
players. After everyone casts a vote, the player will be arrested. And if they are carrying the Death Note, you win. If you arrest a player with stolen ID cards, they're out for the rest of the
Get him out of
game.
here.
If the player has nothing on them,
I think it is.
they could still potentially
Oh,
be on Team Kira, but their teammate is holding the Death Note. So always take notes of other players' actions and bring it up during
Who
discussion.
was at the Japanese restaurant earlier?
Thanks for watching the video. If you can think of any investigator tips that I forgot, please comment them below. I'll see you in the next video.